Hello, this is Simon Hyatt. I'm the contributing editor of Singapore Business Review. Today I'm presenting the Malaysia Management Excellence Awards, celebrating all the best of Malaysia business leadership in 2021. I am joined today by Esther, the founder and CEO of Stella Sparks International. Esther has won the Innovator of the Year Training and Development Award in this year's Malaysia Management Excellence Awards. Esther, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on your award win.
Thank you. Thanks, Simon.
Esther, the main reason for winning the award was because you were able to innovate your business consulting, recruitment, and people development strategies. You took international marketing efforts to the next level, drove creative talent management and employee engagement initiatives, and grew your human capital resources by threefold in the span of a year during a pandemic. So how did you come up with this innovative solution, and what drives you? Why do you do what you do?
Thank you, Simon, for that question. Well, human capital management and people development initiatives are often seen by organizations as a very high cost center with, sometimes a slow written process as well. Many SME businesses would usually be faced with a lack of resources, especially in financial, human capital, and marketing resources. Well, then this is especially challenging for a new business like ours that is actually birthed during this unprecedented times of the pandemic. So on the other hand, we also saw many highly competent talents were faced with job retrenchments and unemployment crisis. So we actually saw that there's, sort of a gap to be actually filled in the market. However, we always believe that, as what Albert Einstein says, in the midst of every crisis lies great opportunities. Whatever the problem that, we saw the gap, presented to us and before us. It was real, but it sort of resonated with us. Because of that, also, it sort of inspired us to actually do something about it. Well, we saw a great opportunity to be part of the solution to the problems that the world of business and corporates is currently facing. So what drives us in, back to your question, Simon, you've been asking me just now. So what drives us in why do we do what we do? Well, purpose is the reason for this journey. And passion is the fire that lights our way to empower business and transform lives. So I'm totally inspired by actually one of my business mentors, Dr. John C. Maxwell, who is actually the #1 New York Times best-selling author in leadership and coach to Fortune 500 companies globally. He actually said that, the single biggest way to impact an organization is to focus on leadership development. There's no limit to the potential of an organization that recruits good people, raises them up as leaders, and continually develops them. So this motto of we want to make a difference with people who wants to make a difference, doing something that makes a difference, have actually become the largest anthem behind why we do what we do at SSI.
One of the reasons that led you to being awarded the Innovator of the Year is because you have designed talent management programs to attract, recruit, and retain young talent for the business and for the community. I also heard that you've co-designed some very interesting programs to attract, recruit, and retain talent in the ecosystem, such as the Future CEO program, that's quite unconventional. Why and how is the Future CEO program unique to the market?
The future of work is evolving and it's already looking quite different from what we used to imagine. With the rise of millennials and Gen Z, we call it Gen Z, positions will be much more fluid than today. Well, I believe that many traditional organizations or their organizational charts are likely to slowly be replaced by more project-based teams, or 75% of the new generation will be interested in having multiple roles within the organization. As the gig economy continues to expand over the coming years, this may also mean that many more professionals will start working as contractors or freelancers. Well, then this is exactly why then this Future CEO program becomes a little bit more unconventional. Also, one program that we consider as a fast track to management or business entrepreneurship professional work and learning program that's not attached to any full-time role but can actually be fulfilled on a part-time basis. This is especially suitable for any entry-level or seasoned mid-level professionals, high potential executives and leaders who want to actually fast track their careers in the world of gig economy or in the world of future of work, who aspires to be entrepreneur in the current organization or entrepreneur in the era of startups or further develop themselves at their own, but do not currently have any opportunity or access to it. Well, then this program is locally co-designed and adapted in Asia, partially adopted from John Maxwell's American method of leadership and the European business strategy solution. So upon completing, one of this GAP program, we call it as part of the Future CEO program, talents can actually opt either the Management Accelerator program as a continuity option for aspiring corporate leaders or entrepreneurs of the organization, or a talent can also opt for the Business Entrepreneurship program called the BEAP route for aspiring entrepreneurs.
While SSI continues to serve the corporate leaders and business entrepreneurs in the region, I see that you've also served and will continue to serve our local business and talent community to meet the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 1, 4, 5, and 10. Can you tell us more about the initiatives you have planned, the youth leadership and women empowerment initiatives you plan to kick off over the next year?
Echoing after the recently announced budget 2022, we believe that focusing on youth development would help alleviate the unemployment situation, especially in youth and unemployment. This will actually help youth labor participation in youth leadership and youth entrepreneurship in the country. On the other hand, we also believe that by focusing on women development will help to boost women's economic participation and also to strengthen female directorship composition in public listed companies and also increase women entrepreneurship in the country. So at the heart of the UN's 2030 agenda for sustainable development are the 17 sustainable development goals. We are actually really excited to launch a couple of youth and women leaderpreneur, we call it leaderpreneur related initiatives to meet these goals. So we talked about the youth and the women. So as for the youth development segments, we saw that there is a massive global challenge, to bring youth into the workforce through either through their involvement in the labor participation or even in entrepreneurship or to create new jobs for them. There are some aspects of an entrepreneur's skills, experience, and likelihood of engaging in entrepreneurship that might be more important and become really important for a young person. For instance, young people may lack the awareness to understand the potential of entrepreneurship, knowledge, skills, network, or access to finances to start a business. Well, they may be straight out of school with the little life experience and lack the confidence to create a business, or they could meet roadblocks or obstacles where family and people around them may be discouraging them, therefore they may lack other role models. So on the other hand, 40% of the country's population in Malaysia are in the youth category. Right, and we are currently already serving the university graduating or graduated group of youth within the age group of 21 to 35 years old. But because we have been in this area, so we saw much larger opportunity if we were to stretch this a little bit further to start targeting even younger youth leaders of the country between the age group of 15 to 20 years old, to start equipping them with leadership and entrepreneur skill set. So that's for the youth segment. This is something that we are so excited to be able to look at in targeting the youth development side. As for the women empowerment sector, even though statistics have shown that women make up about 50% of the world's higher education graduates in the global working age population, but studies have also shown that on average, women in the labor market still earn 24% less than men globally. According to World Bank Group, one of the studies that we recently saw as well, I will call it a little bit of a shocking statement, is that women in Malaysia's labor force are on average better than educated than men, despite having female students outperform male students in assessments, learning outcomes where over 50% of Malaysian women are graduates. A lot of women are still being prevented from, economic participation in the workforce in Malaysia due to several different factors, several different reasons. And because we saw the studies in research have also shown that about 12 trillion equivalent could be added to the global GDP by just closing the gender gap, and hence women have a critical role to play in all these SDG goals. So because of all this, we would like to empower women with tools, skills, networks, and opportunities to actually increase the women's economic participation rate, leadership, or in entrepreneurship as well. And through this new initiative that we're looking at launching, hopefully we'll be able to continuously look into contributing the SDG goals there.
What are Stellar Sparks International's future plans? What other companies and industries do you plan on collaborating with?
We have huge and exciting plans that are ahead of us. Firstly, we will be moving to our brand new office space that promotes the future of work, hybrid work arrangements, hopefully over the next quarter. We would also like to start supporting new businesses with tools and perhaps, supporting them with the space as well. We'd also like to collaborate with vision-aligned and like-minded businesses. We'd love to work with any corporate businesses or NGOs or government, GLCs and universities who want to be part of this solution together, who wants to make a difference, and to whom we can actually add value to as well.
Esther Yap, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations once again on your award win.
Thank you.